This deck, like many decks, can be found more leagues with this on my website, jeffhoagland.com/decklist. I believe I currently have this one filed under high potential. It felt really good the last 2 times we play it, so let's jump into this 3rd league here and see how it goes. Psycho Smurf, thank you for re-upping for the 9th month in a row and at the tier 3 level. I really appreciate that. Remember, tier 3 subs are exempt from the queue slowdown. So if you'd like to submit a new deck to the queue, you can do that through the normal form. Or if there's something already in the queue you'd like to bump up, you can drop me a message in private to let me know what that is. This hand is just a mulligan, I think. I guess against an unknown we could just be controlling. Yeah, this hand just like does Jund things. I'm gonna keep the Jund things hand in the dark. They're playing like Infector Humans. This hand's pretty reasonable. Anything that cares about Lightning Bolt. Exington, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Yeah, sure, Psycho Smurf. I can definitely make that happen, I think. Alright. Larry the Liquid with the brand new Twitch Prime. Thanks for cashing that in here. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way. I mean, this hand's pretty okay in this matchup, right? I think I just leave them the Eidolon because I can kill it with Collective Brutality here. Although I guess I could take the Eidolon and then just 2-mode Brutality next turn. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Eidolon and just 2-mode Brutality next turn, I think. So, while Shocking feels bad against Burn, the reason why I shocked here is because this way, if I draw Swiftspear next turn, I can go Swiftspear plus Lightning Bolt in the same turn. Or Looting as well, Looting plus Lightning Bolts. I have a lot of 1-mana red spells that I would like to be able to cast alongside Lightning Bolt potentially on the following turn. Is that a good draw? I can't tell. What do I want to discard here? Is it actually just discarding Bolt? I think I'm just discarding Bolt. I'll just, like, take a moment and pour one out for our bro, Collective Brutality. The wonderful things it does for us as a format. This is one of the many reasons why I kept the extra black lands. No, the 5-color mid-range deck got jumped by this one. So, assuming it'll likely still be towards the top of the queue when I sort everything out today. So 5-color mid-range will likely be played tomorrow at some point. Yeah, Mutavault also looking good here. It's gonna get some closing speed in. And they're actually just like dead in 2 if they take this hit here, right? I'm at 11 right now. They have a Rift Bolt on suspend, so they could point the Rift Bolt at my face. And even if they have another card here, yeah. So I'm going to 7, but they're dead in 2, so they need to draw Boros Charm plus another 3 damage, plus a 3 damage spell. I guess Lightning Helix helps them win the race too. They need a Charm or a Helix at this point though. I'm not casting that. I'm just gonna try and kill them in 2. They could also go Searing Blaze my Bloodghast this turn into 3/3. Don't you dare Boros Charm me. That is actually a great draw, because it lets me Inquisition here before I activate my Mutavaults, which means if they kill this, I get to Swamp, bring it back into play. Just dub Searing Blaze, yep. So the Bloodghast is dead, but they're going to 2 and I'm going to 6, and they have 1 card draw here. Holy crap, that card is good. Man, I really feel like in the last like year and a half to 2 years, they've gotten really good at designing modal cards that are good in Modern. And this is how you design cards that are good and can make an impact in a format like Modern, but aren't overpowered in Standard. This is how you eliminate that wrong half problem that these decks so often have. That's a sweet card. This set is super hype. This set is super hype. Todd Stevens visibility intensifies. That card is awesome. Rex Sage just rotated out of Modern, chat. You heard it. You heard it here first. Rex Sage rotated out of Modern. So that's pretty clean. Get to cut the Thoughtseize in a K command, bring in Terminate, Abrade, and the other 2 Collective Brutalities. Easy in, easy out. Sweet. You know what else is great? As a content creator, writing articles gets so much easier when there's good cards I actually want to build around. Yeah, it'll be a good main board card. I mean, a 4-power card for 3 mana is like okay against control. Yeah, it's a beater, it gains you health, and it naturalizes things. This hand is more than good. It's great. Shiggity schwooty, Taylor is coming for that booty, chat. Yep, yeah, that's why there's 1 Urborg in here. We've got a bunch of double black cards. We've got some Mutavaults. So, I think we're fatal pushing this. So this is actually an interesting question. Do I want to, if I fatal push this, I can't double spell next turn. So I think I actually want to shock and bolt this. So that way next turn I can Taylor plus push or push plus Taylor if they Eidolon. I'm super excited. That card is going in every Birds of Paradise deck from now until, like, Modern's no longer a format. That card is like Birds of Paradise new best friend. They're gonna be, like, stapled together. Just right at the hip. Not playing it. You're gonna play one of those, Burgle, and you're gonna like it. Shut your mouth. No, that card probably doesn't make Voice of Resurgence playable. The classic post-combat Tailor Swiftspear. Let me show you how Tailor's supposed to be done here, opponent. You Tailor pre-combat, you cast a spell and give her prowess, and then she asks your opponent if they're feeling 22. You will probably play that card in the Glitter English package of JAC. Looting before you play your land in case you hit Bloodghast. I'm going to discard Abrade and Dreadbore here. I'm going to play the Bloodstained Mire. I can Lightning Bolt them or a creature this turn, and then I untap, draw a card, play Mutavault, play Hazoret, smash for 5. Are they nice?
This is this one. Okay.
Chat. It stinks a little bit.
That's because it's freshly made.
We got Hoaglandia t-shirts, chat. We've got Hoaglandia t-shirts. I need to throw it through the wash once or twice and make sure it's good quality. It looks like it's good quality though. I didn't want y'all to spend your money on crap, so I'm spending my money buying merch stuff from a bunch of different places to find some stuff that's quality.
I also got my first set of sticker samples.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Sweet. You got stickers. Did my Warhammer cards come?
No.
That's so sad. I just want my Warhammer cards, chat. Oh no! Goblin guy drew us a land, so now I can't attack with Dog Bomb. What a tilt. No, I don't. Listen, chat, the merch came in, and I was excited. I definitely punted there. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. It's fine. Taylor's here. She's gonna make everything better. Are they only an extra small because we're so smart and thin? Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of stuff. Hey, Thalone, thank you for the 5-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, we've got sticker samples coming in, some pins, lots of different Hoaglandia merchandise. We'll have it all organized on the website once we have good options for all of it. They come in T-Rex sizes. They have 2 cards. Well, they could have a path or a deflecting palm here. Well, Moogs, thanks for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. Don't palm me. Don't palm me. Don't palm me. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, she just wants to hump your leg, opponent. Give Dog Mom the love she deserves. So that merch, Lau, just came from Streamlabs, who does all of the on-screen alerts that we do here. So if we get stuff through them, all of the things people purchase will get integrated into the on-screen notifications. Don't you want your name to pop up on the screen when you buy something? Come on now. Back up, Dog Mom. Sad. I think I just hold up Mutavault as a blocker here. I'm short of lethal no matter how I slice this. One short. Yeah, Hazoret's discard ability does play around Deflecting Palm a little bit as well. which is nice. Boros Charm is medium for us. They're going to untap and 3S twice and we'll die. But then we get to take a game on the play. The fact that the Goblin Guide gave us a land when I let it ended up costing us this game. If I would have attacked with Hazoret a turn sooner, we would have won it. My opponent said GG, so they must have come up short here a little bit. Just too many 2-mana spells in their hand, most likely. Good beat for us. Good games, opponent. Alright, 1-0 to start. This deck's really sweet. We're waiting for the second match in this league to pop. I'd like to thank everyone for a 100-day welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30+ hours a week. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their very awesome support. Past subscribing to my channel, you can also support myself by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. Cool Stuff, Inc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Warhammer, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronix, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. We're moving on into the next one. How much are the banners? The banners vary depending on a number of factors. If you're interested in purchasing advertising space in the stream, you can reach out to me at jeffhoagland@linux.com. Or on Twitter or Twitch Whisper, etc. This hand's definitely a keep, right? It's got Bloodghast as a free pitch. Because there's just a second land on top of my deck here, I think I'm actually just like not going to do anything on one. It's just far better. Why must you hate fun, opponent? What did fun ever do to you? Why must you be so hateful? Why must you be so hateful? I just want to guaranteed play my first 4 lands in 4 turns, I think, here. We actually have a pretty good start here. We have Bloodghast on 2, into Rabble on 3, and Dogmom on 4. And we're actually going to be able to attack with Dogmom on 4, right? Am I? No, we're gonna be short. So I'm playing 2 cards this turn. I'm gonna draw up. Yeah, we're gonna have 1 too many cards to play her to attack with her next turn, which kind of sucks. What is the advantage to running Moto on Linux? There's no strict advantage to running Moto specifically on Linux. Using Linux in general is a life plus EV, because you get to use your computer how you want. No, I'm a big fan of using my computer in the way I like. It's the little things that keep me on Linux, like being able to auto-hide my taskbar on my middle monitor. And being able to have a file manager with tabs in it. It's the little things, chat. Second Hazoret. That's kind of a tilt. I guess we're attacking here. Well, now that we drew backup Dogmom, we're definitely playing the Hazoret, right? Like, not close. Like, backup Dogmom in the house. Oh, you know what? I should have played the land post-combat, because they're probably going to block here, shoot the Bloodghast. And now the Bloodghast is not going to come back with haste, which sucks. I agree, Pythrion. So far, it looks like they are knocking this. Okay, so that implies they're Ugin-ing me next turn, right? I think I still just want to play this out just so I can have my hand empty for the next one. What's our record? We are 1-0 in this league. We are in game 1 against Tron in match 2. If they don't have Eugene here, they're up a creek without a paddle for the most part. I guess Wormcoil's pretty good here too, because the Rabble tokens have to attack. Could also just get Ulamogged. Oblivion Stone is really not that big of a deal. Dogmom still kills in 2 through O-Stone. So they played a map into their Oblivion Stone for whatever reason. I'm gonna keep backup Dog Mom in case they rip an Ugin. They wanted to make it fair for me, right? The actual answer is, in addition to that, is I started using Linux during undergrad just because I wanted to explore my different options. And then I got so used to using my computer in the way that I use it that when I go back, actually when I started streaming full time, I actually tried using a Windows setup because there are a couple things specific to streaming that only work on Windows. And just like the workflow for me personally is so much worse on Windows because I can't customize it in the way that I like, that it just like is a huge feel bad. Yeah, relevant magic-related links are always welcome here. I did. My experimentation in college wasn't with drugs, it was with Linux. Mine was with both. Oh, Beetle. Alright, so they're going to 7 here, and like I have this Bloodghast and I have this backup Dog Mom, so Wormcoil is actually like their best possible play here, right? I'm going a little bit late today, but I'm gonna go extra late tomorrow. So I'm just doing, this is my last league for today. Normally I'm done by now, but I'm doing a little bit late today, and then I'm gonna be doing, I think we're gonna do another 12-hour stream tomorrow. The 12-hour Friday streams have been going well. They're good for both viewers and sub counts. Doing one late day a week is good. What's the payoff, opponent? Show me tater salad. Cast a card. Cast a card. Yay! We can beat a card. Yay! Do 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 do. All right, somebody get ready for another clip because we're gonna use this one a lot. This card's flipping great. It's Birds of Paradise's new best friend. It's gonna go in every single deck that contains Court of Calling and other crappy green cards that I love. Clip it. Alright, back to beating Tron game 1 with my mid-range deck. Thoughts on Harbinger of the Tides? I don't think it's worthwhile. I think threats that aren't evasive for a threat to be not evasive, it needs to be really cheap like Soulscar Mage. And I think Soulscar Mage is a better way to punish larger threats than something like Harbinger of the Tides. Man, you didn't even get your free game 1 win, opponent? What are you even doing with your life? Oh, I got my Dreadbores, I got my Abrades. Fatal Push is an easy cut here. What's my last trim? I'd play Blue-Red Tempo. So, like, the Damping Sphere is the 3rd Alpine Moon. So we've got 3 ways to disrupt Tron. 3 ways to disrupt Tron. This is actually one of my top 5 decks in Modern right now. This deck, Abzan tokens, Blue-Red Tempo, Green-Black Rock. Is Liliana the cut? I could see that. So K-Command is important in this matchup because Oblivion Stone is their best way to destroy your Alpine Moons and your Damping Sphere. So having ways to shatter Oblivion Stone is a big deal. We need to like go through and clear all these commands out after the spoiler season's done. Can I keep this? I'm gonna keep this. If this is a game where like they don't have Tron till 4, this probably can run them over. Smoke if you got him, chat. Smoke him if you got him. Just light him up. We're on fire. Light him up, up, up. Do 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 do. Do Office programs work on Linux? So LibreOffice works, but I honestly haven't used anything other than Google Docs for Office work since I don't know, ever. I think the only people that still use Microsoft Office are like people that are locked in corporate environments. They're not gonna have Tron till turn 4 anyways. It even triggers prowess. Grixis Delver is also on my list of decks that I really like. That is true. So Alpine Moon is better against Valakut. And this deck has a pretty decent matchup against both Storm and KCI because it already gets to load in. It already gets to bring in Leyline of the Void in those matchups. Man, Taylor is feeling feisty today, chat. She's gonna give it to him. Urza's Get Wrecked. Check. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Let's get him. Any particular reason to fetch a basic there? No, not really. I just don't really need trip reds. It bluffs the Blood Moon, potentially. Yeah, those are my top 5s. Those are my top 5 decks. People that want my top 5 modern decks right now, those are them. They have Wormcoil, Karn, and lots of sadness. I can only assume their hand is full of Karns, Wormcoils, and sadness. I mean, if they don't have an Oblivion Stone next turn, they are dead. Deader than dead. Deader than dead's dead, most dead, dead. Urgh. No, as in decks I like to play the most. I think all of those decks are very competitive too. Those are all decks I would consider playing at a tournament because I both think they're powerful and I like how they play. Can we just like 2-0 Tron with our mid-range deck? Just like make the sound of me beating on my chest while we destroy Tron with a mid-range deck? Just get him. So they need Nature's Claim into Untap Sweeper. They're very dead. They're probably going to have Nature's Claim into Untap Sweeper since I've been gloating so much here. But I would like the record to reflect that Cannon would gloat again. 10 out of 10 would gloat again. I used a thing called Jenny Motion to play it on Linux to emulate Android. I'm told there's something called BlueStacks that works really well on Windows as well. So Jenny Motion or BlueStack. Are they dead? They're like really close to dead, right? Hey-oh! Ay, oh, let's go. Ay, oh, do. Man. Yep, tier 2 subs get to bump an existing deck in the queue by 10 points as a thank you for supporting me extra. So tier 3 subs get to bump something by 40 points or add a new deck with 30, and tier 2 subs can bump an existing deck by 10. Urza called, he wants his real estate back. Is there a replacement for Noble Hierarch and Abzan tokens? Probably Llanowar Elves. Probably Land War Elves. It's worse. It's much worse because that deck needs both green and white mana. This deck is sweet, Kent. We are now 11 to tempt fate. We are now 12-1 or 11-1 with this deck in 3 leagues. What do I think is the best Snapcaster deck in Modern? Blue-red tempo. Speak of the devil and it will appear. Huh. Huh. So, matches like this, mid-range decks against the blue-red tempo deck, these matchups come down to what I refer to as a protect the queen style strategy. These matchups are entirely about being the last person with a threat in play. So even though I have a Fatal Push in my hand, I am taking the Delver out of their hand because Delver is the card that matters. It's the card that's actually going to kill me. Urborg is so if your opening hand is Urborg Mutavault, you can cast Bloodghast. These are my 2-1s. My 2-1s come back.
I just turned the AC on. Do you have the doors open?
I do not have any windows open.
Windows open. Okay.
How often do we get octobolted out of this match? I mean, if we lose, it's probably because we got burned out, honestly. That's kind of funny. How do I think this deck plays against Bant Spirits? I don't know. You probably have enough Doomblades to keep up with them, I'd imagine. Bloodghast is very good in this matchup. Bloodghast means that their control deck game plan just, like, isn't feasible. I think they're about to remand this. Wolding with that brand new tier 3 sub. Thank you for that absurd level of support. I really appreciate that. If you'd like to use that to add a new deck to the queue, there's a form linked on the donation decks page on my website. There's also, alternatively, if there's a deck already in the queue that you instead like to bump up, you can just whisper me that in private. Okay, what if instead we didn't have a threat and I had 6 power and you were dead? What if instead we did that? The old Mutavault mirror match. So they have Bolt, Wizard, Lightning, Remand, and then now 1, soon to be 2 cards I don't know. Kill my Bloodghast! Do it! Do it! They're coming for you! Can I get Dog Mom? Oh, just the concession. Yep. Sounds about right. Yeah, Prime subs on my end are identical to Tier 1 subs in every single way. So there's a link to details on how to pop on into the Discord server. See you there. Good to have you. Liliana the Veil's pretty bad here. I want to bring in all of my Doom Blades. Thoughtseize is a liability with the health that it costs us. Is Rabblemaster too slow? Rabblemaster might be a touch too squishy. I'm going to trim one, I think. Can I afford to trim a threat in this matchup, though, is a real question. Maybe I'm just supposed to leave them in just because it demands an answer. I could see that going either way. It also brings the curve down a little bit, though. It really depends on how your cards line up, Isabus. I think the Planeswalkers in general just aren't very good because we have a hard time protecting them. I'm definitely cutting Planeswalkers before Hazoret. Hazoret's like our best card here. I would cut like a discard spell or something if I wanted Rabblemaster. Maybe I'll do that when I'm on the play. Bring Rabblemaster back in. 25% of a sword. So that's like the handle. It's actually a third of a sword there. 4 out of 12. Thank you, JMB, for the 4-month free subscription. Welcome back and thanks for re-upping. Oh, what would you replace Liliana with in this deck? I would probably put the second Kolaghan's command and the Liliana the Last Hope into the main. God bless you, Burgle. God bless you. Liliabad, thank you for the 713 sub and welcome back. I'm gonna snap this off here. Dogmom's one of our better cards in this matchup. And Taylor on one is reasonable as well. This hand doesn't have any Doomblades in it. So this hand doesn't have ways to play our kill their queen, protect the queen style game plan, but I think Hazoret alone is worth keeping, and the Faithless Looting has a lot of potential to like allow us to like get some selection and find our way into those removal spells. We have a brainstorm. Looting is 2 Doomblades. Come on now. Dub's Doomblade. Do you think my top 8 in Indie sold more Burst Lightnings than possibly any other time in the history of Magic the Gathering? You think there's a possibility that that is a true statement? Well, that is, why do I call everything a Doomblade? Because that's basically what it is. I'm going to fetch around a bird here. I'm going to choose to not miss my land drop. Thanks. Throw these free Amazon bits at Mardu Pyro. Will do, my pumpkins. I appreciate the support. As always, anybody who donates 100 bits or more, or donates $1 or more, can use to bump a deck in the queue. The people that support my content dictate what we play and when we play it. I am 10 out of 10 flashing back a Looting here. If they want to remand that, that's good for me, because it means they're not remanding a Dog Mom down the line. Is this faith? There might be something to this Faithless Looting card, chat. If you have Amazon Prime, there is currently a promotion being run where you can get 400 free bits to throw at your favorite cam girl of choice here on Twitch for watching episodes of Jack Ryan. Google Jack Ryan free bits. It should come up. No, I identify as a cam girl, Kent Ketter. And I'm everybody's favorite cam girl here on the Magic section of Twitch. So throw them at your favorite cam girl. So I think I'm going to kill this and then bolt the Delver. Oh, that's so sad. All right, well, now I'm going to gamble a little bit. Let's bolt the Nimble. And then we need to hope the Delver doesn't flip over here. If the Delver flips, we could maybe be in trouble. But at the same time, if the Delver flips and they ship 5 into Liliana the Last Hope, I'm going to get to go land, Taylor, Dog Mom, crack you for 6. Then we could just win the race here. Oh, did it end already? Move over, Green Black Rock soon. Can't wait to use Assassin's Trophy. What's going on, Trousers? Hey, Vendy clicked. Bye, Dog Mom. Bye-bye, Pupper. Sad Pupper. Still have bits lying around. To SCG Con, thank you, Ozar. I appreciate that. Welcome. Almost 2/3 of the way there. Alright, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to kill their thing and stick the Rabblemaster here. So again, protect the Queen style matchup. The subs Discord syncs once an hour or so. So if you just subscribed very recently, it can take a hot second. For people, since people are asking about it, I'll force a sync right now. Un moment. Integrations, sync. Alright, so the server is syncing now. Should be good to go momentarily. Listen, I appreciate the fact that my opponent's bad at flipping Delver. They have one card left. If it's not another Doomblade, this Rabblemaster should pretty quickly run away with the game. It's another Doomblade, chat. There's too many Doomblades. This is a great example of why Hazoret's just like the best card in this matchup. Because it's basically unkillable. Flipped Spell Snare. Okay. That card's actually pretty mediocre against us. And then... I'm kind of losing this race. I'm just going to assume the top of our deck's going to be hotter than theirs. That's true. Soulscar Mage in the new build can get rid of Dog Bomb, just like in Standard. Give you a Spell Snare target, I guess. The way Twin forces you to warp your deck is the same way every deck in Modern forces you to warp your deck. Decks that aren't playing efficient removal spells in Modern suck. They're unplayable. Twin isn't any different than the decks that are already good in Modern. Decks that say, can you quickly interact with me or erase me? That's the entire format. There are so many efficient things like that in the format. Twin is just another one among many. Implying that Twin does something that decks like Burn and KCI and Storm don't already do is absurd to me. I'd actually argue that Twin, from a combo perspective, is actually easier to interact with than Storm in a lot of ways. So we're dead to... Oh, I didn't miss lethal, right? I can make this +2. We're dead to a removal spell regardless here, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack for 1. Rod Cop with the big 5-0 donation. Want to see some hardened scales on stream? Can we bump what's in the queue? But play an update list? Yeah, the list that's in the queue is actually going to be Matt Nass's list from the Team Grand Prix. And thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, this is going to be my last league for today, but that will put Hardened Scales to the top for tomorrow. I really appreciate the support. Yeah, lands are Bloodghast. Is there a better draw than this Brutality? I guess I keep the Abrade here. Yeah, so I'm going to keep the Abrade. And I'm going to go ahead and attack here. And if they don't block, I can Abrade this, pushing this to lethal in response before damage happens. And if they fire up Mutavault here, I get to Abrade the Mutavault and then force them to block with the Grim Lavamancer. Because I'm attacking for 4 here. If they have a Spell Snare here, or a Snapcaster Mage, but Snapcaster Mage out's it anyway, Spell Snare. Okay, so we're dead now, because they no longer have to block with this and they get to 2 us. That was really close. It was really close. Let's take the next game on the play. The Vendilion Clique on turn 5 to take our Hazoret easily was the deciding thing there. Yeah, it was a good game of Magic. It's a lot of back and forth. Decks like Blue-Red Tempo and these black mid-range decks, they generate a lot of those, where there's a ton of back and forth, where both players get to make a lot of decisions. Like, people often say that you can't, and this is true, you can't, like, truly objectively define what's fun and interesting, but in my mind, when you ask me to describe what's fun and interesting to me, those are the games I pick out. They aren't the games where my opponent plays a turn 3 Karn, and I look at my cards and I go, I should probably concede now because I'm just going to concede in 3 turns otherwise. Alright, let's take the play here. Get to mulligan this excellent poker hand. This hand is, like, not super exciting, but it's definitely a keep. I am currently standing. I have a desk with motors in the legs that go up and down so I can split my time while I stream sitting and standing. Because I am an old man and sitting for 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 hours makes my back unhappy. Oh, this hand is good. The Miser Sprite probably means they're playing my SCG list card for card. I think I'm taking Delver here. No, they have Wizard's Retort. That means they're not on it card for card. Yeah, the lack of an untapped land here is really good for us. Hey, look at that. The Shuffle Bug ended up in our favor. Shuffle Bug in your favor. Collect $200 as you pass go. They don't know what they're talking about, Fish Lamp Clock. Humans would not play pod. The people that are trying to tell you that humans would play pod, those are the people that tried to tell you Jace would get splashed into every deck. And those people were, like, obviously wrong, right? Alright, let's get in there, shall we? No, I'm just building more decks in Modern, and I like the card Mutavault because it's really good, so I keep shoving Mutavault into decks. And I think this is a good trade for us, right? I think this is a good trade for us. Only solution is to quit. Let's go ahead and stake. I'm gonna be doing you don't have to quit yet. I'm gonna do a long stream tomorrow. So this is my last league today, but I think tomorrow for Friday we're gonna do another 12-hour stream. Has it been a good time? I've been enjoying them. Well, I just think Modern's this format where not only is it a lot of work to brew new decks, but it's expensive. It's time consuming, both in dollars and the effort that it takes. So there aren't a lot of people that are, like, willing to invest effort into working on new ideas because it's expensive to do so. I want to fetch here to play around Stiflebird, but, like, having to not get a duel kind of sucks. Maybe you can be a guest speaker in my math class and I can pull up the stream. God bless. God bless us, everyone. So my opponent's playing the waiting game here, and this is actually interesting. I'm not quite sure who's the beatdown in this matchup. I'm not quite sure if we're the ones that are ahead at the moment or if they are. We know they have Sprite, Grim Lavamancer, Delver, and then a Wizard's Retort in their hand, and then they have 2 other cards that we're not currently aware of. There isn't a cut and dry answer to that question, Phazor, which is one of the many things that makes Magic wonderful and interesting. The answer to that question is, it depends. I think I'm just supposed to pass here. I really don't want to play into this Spellstutter Sprite. What do you do then? It depends on just a bunch of factors. It depends on what your hand looks like, what their hand looks like. So they get a 2-for-1 here, kinda, with the Snapcaster Mage. They get to draw a card off of this, but I'm gonna get to Collective Brutality, shock the Snapcaster, make them discard a card here. So it's basically a 1-for-1. Discard, kill your threat. Agree completely with Nerdster. If all of your Magic cards suddenly being worth $0 would cause you great financial distress, you should seek traditional investment engines before you buy more Magic cards. Grengel, I would encourage you to watch the wrap-up of that video. I don't actually think the Tron part of that deck is very good. This is, that's really interesting in their Grim Lavamancer Snapcaster Mage deck. I'm gonna kill your thing, take a look at your hand. No, I'm not going to play the Swiftspear yet. I might just kill both their threats. Again, protect the queen. They have another Snapcaster Mage in their hand. And then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just Dreadbore this. I mean, I guess we did beat them. We did beat them with Bloodghast in the first game. But I mean, like, Twin's a great example. Like, they banned Splinter Twin, but like, how many dollars were the actual Splinter Twins in that deck when they got banned? They weren't that much, right? Like, the money in buying Splinter Twin was like the Scalding Tarns and the Snapcaster Mages, which, like, look at the price of Scalding Tarns and Snapcaster Mages. Like, you haven't lost your investment on that. It was like $15. So they can snap Wizard Lightning and kill this. I actually think we're kind of in a bad spot here. Oh, they have a bolt in their hand. Yeah, I feel like we're pretty far behind at this point. They get to fire up Mutavault here and start cracking in. And they have more queens. Kinda. Like, Hazoret has a hard time. I guess he locks the board up. She locks the board up pretty quickly. And, like, Rabblemaster doesn't even really do anything here. And they have Snap Retort. I guess I play the Rabblemaster to get the Snapcaster Mage out of their hand so I can kill it next turn. The problem is, this gives them a thing to Snapcaster Mage, then, like, next turn, they're like, snap both the Rabblemaster, untap, like, fire up both Mutavaults, crack us for 7, and then we're just, like, dead in 2. Verboten Water, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support there. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine. Yeah, our lack of instant speed interaction ended up panning out pretty poorly for us. They were just kind of able to, like, play around the things that we had pretty well. I think I'm just supposed to drain with this. If they had cards worth taking, they'd have played them or held them up. Yeah, it's gonna be my last Liga today. I'm already running a bit later than I usually do. I wanna... It's been a rough week for getting to the gym, so I wanna make sure I get to the gym tonight. Yeah, we're definitely gonna try and trade Mutavaults here if they offer it. Yeah, we're very dead. Alright, 2-1. We were befallen by one of my other favorite decks in Modern. The gym is nice. Exercise makes your body happy. Makes you feel good. Releases endorphins, chat. It's like drugs. Makes you feel good. Yeah, comparing the impact bannings had in standard to the impact and implying and extrapolating that the impact that bannings had in standard is identical to the impact bannings would have in modern, I think is silly. I think they're two functionally different formats that serve different groups of people in different ways. Goblin Rabblemaster is a good pickup here if they're playing Storm or something degenerate. Yeah, John Finkel played Storm with fetches at the Pro Tour. They had some Blood Moons in their sideboard. And if they're playing something controlling with Sleight of Hand, I get to Collective Brutality on 2 here and a spot check for a removal spell before we jam Rebels on 3. Alright, what you doing? What you doing over there? Show me your secrets! Evening Taurus. I wonder if they're playing Jeskai Thing Ascension? This is probably Jeskai Thing, right? That's what the Flooded Strain implies in my mind. Which is another really sweet deck that you can find on my website. I think also in the high potential category. Alright, so now I'm gonna lead on Taylor into Brutality here. Again, I just like kinda wanna try and clear the way before I stick this Rebelmaster down. That being said, if they are playing Jeskai Thing, their deck is like 12 Doomblades. So it can be difficult to clear all of them out, even with this plus this. Another Remand. Still got a Prowess trigger. Get you. It doesn't run remands. I don't actually know offhand. I don't think so. Jeskai Ascendancy. Well. Alright, now I'm gonna drain plus discard here. This will give us a good know if we should just send a bolt upstairs. Fate Stitcher, eh? Alright. Opponent, it is not Monday. I mean, I've seen iterations of this before, Gabriel Paints. It's just much worse than Glittering Wish Ascendancy in my experience. one of the combo decks that can't kill before turn 4, just like really aren't good enough in Modern unless they have a lot of interaction, and like Remint isn't meaningful interaction against a significant portion of Modern. As sad as it is to say. So they'll bin Fate Stitcher here. They might have enough instants that this bolt won't kill the Fate Stitcher. Maybe I should have left up double bolt to play around Fate Stitcher this turn. You think I just send it upstairs? Yeah, the Glittering Wish Ascendancy deck is very reasonable. Adelphia, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Do I just like upstairs and hope not to die here? Yeah, because they have like double Thought Scour plus Visions from Beyond tier, so like they're guaranteed. They're guaranteed to have enough instants for this not to die to bolt. I'm just gonna do this. Hit my auto pass hotkey. See how that goes. Should I start formatting my YouTube videos while I wait for them to kill us? Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Glad to have you here. The answer is yes. I'm working late. My opponent's gonna take 3 or 4 minutes here. I might... Split it between them fumbling and each other. Y'all don't need to see me edit things on YouTube. Can you do my taxes? Probably. I could probably accomplish that. Hey, Jeff, I know we pay you to do it, but thanks for playing so many cool decks. It makes for a great stream. Thank you, Drox, for the support. Thanks for keeping me here so I can keep playing so many cool decks. I'm gonna multitask while we die here. It'll save me 5 to 10 minutes of work at the end of the stream. That's true. They are playing very slowly. That's also a reasonable assessment. And like, normally I don't make my opponents click through their combos here. The thing is, my opponent's combo is not currently deterministic, so I'm not guaranteed to die. Master Chief, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It does not have deterministic kills early on. I can also only assume this is fun for them. You don't play a deck like JAC on Magic Online if it's not fun for you. The deck is not good enough to play it if it's not fun. It's fine, it's powerful, but if you don't enjoy it, you definitely don't play it. How much more stream? This is gonna be my last league of the evening. So this is match 4 in this league. Yeah, so you got this match and then one more. We're currently 2-1 with this deck. Get that. Abzan Mentor is published. I'm gonna concede here after I finish publishing this other YouTube video. Might as well fix the wall of root bugs, right? We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Alright, so we get to bring in a bunch of cards here. Lightning Bolt's kind of mediocre. Kolaghan's Command's kind of mediocre. Dreadbore's pretty bad. Is Veil good enough here? It's probably not. This deck's a lot of fun, Succulent. We are currently 11-2 with this deck across 3 different leagues. This is one of the many decks you can find on my website. Like, what am I cutting instead? I kind of like that Fatal Push can kill their Dork. Same thing with Terminate and Abrade. I guess Abrade is worse than Bolt, so let's get rid of that. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Good mix of disruption and kill you. Sounds like the monsters are here. There might be a moment of muting / loud as they come through. Probably muting.
You don't have to say sorry. You just have to be careful.
Daddy?
What's up, dude? All right, we're back. So, Timely is cute, especially with JAC. Path makes me a little bit sad, but it's definitely just Timely. I don't want them to Timely and get a bunch of dudes here. Apparently Jacob tripped in the garage, so he was having a bad time. That's why he was loud when he came in. So I'm going to play this land, which is actually Rampant Growth. Did you know Basic Mountain doubles as Rampant Growth, chat? The more you know. Get to trigger Prowess with Damping Sphere. You're going to fight the floor to defend him. Let the toddlers hit the floor. The floor hits back, chat. The floor hits back. It's like a Raven's Crime Rampant Growth split card. Just good clean live in. The no fly list has always been tire donation list. Those are the same thing. Well, they have another path, so I assume they plan to path the gas later. What's their line? But now that there's a Rabblemaster, they're probably going to want to path that. If they have a Fate Stitcher here, they could just like hard cast Fate Stitcher and then try and kill us next turn. I think it's going to be... Oh, it's just second Ascendancy, sure. Then they're going to path the Rabblemaster on my next turn. We still have 3 points of power in play, though, and 2 pieces of disruption. So we're looking okay. Yeah, they're playing like a JAC combo control deck. No, Graveyard Hate is not good against Glittering Wish JAC. Graveyard Hate is good against this version of JAC that my opponent is playing because they lean on bringing back Fate Stitcher more than the green build does. The green build has a bunch of mana dorks that you can just play out. The opponent's deck needs Fate Stitcher or a creature land to combo off. So Leyline of the Void not only cuts off their Thought Scours and their Faithless Looting value, but it also cuts off the Fate Stitchers as well as their like visions, whatever it's called. You know what? I should hold the lands because they bring Bloodghast back. Yeah, that was loose. Yeah, they need to both get a mana creature into play, and they need to take the Damping Sphere off the table. Although with double JAC, they get to cycle through a lot of cards the turn they have a mana creature, which is nice. Definitely should have held the Blackcleave Cliffs, though. We have, like, an alright clock here. I wouldn't mind drawing another creature. I guess we can tune in on what they're discarding. They've been Fate Stitcher, Visions from Beyond, Faithless Looting. A lot of things that are not particularly good because of Leyline. If this is a timely reinforcements, we could be in a lot of trouble. Eight rack is fine for a $50 donation. Usually the no-fly list is a minimum of 50, with Lantern being like a giant asterisk in the corner. Maybe I want to leave the lightning bolts in. They help us race and they kill young Pyromancer. I do have a bunch of Collective Brutalities in my deck still though, so like that's appealing. They draw Timely. Timely would be such a beating. I don't know that we can beat a Timely. Well, I guess Timely doesn't actually make them tokens. It just makes them the one Pyromancer token. Monastery Mentor. Yep. That's true. Every deck is a $50 submission at the moment. 8 rack. 8 rack is always 50 though. Because I really don't find it interesting. I think we're dead, chat. I mean, their deck's got a game plan. Like, these cards synergize with JAC. My sponsor, MTGO Traders, provides me with cards to play the decks that I play. It's one of the many things that's great about Magic Online compared to things like Arena, where that is not an option. Where you just have to cut Wizards of the Coast a giant check. Even Hazoret doesn't really do it here at this point. Although, notably, they're through all 4 Path to Exiles, right? 1, 2, no, just 3. Yep, you're very dead. Kinda. They just, like, go wide through Hazoret, right? Yeah, Moto is functional. It has its issues, but it is definitely functional. Is the best way to describe Magic Online. It's like Microsoft Excel. It isn't particularly pretty, but it has one goal in mind, and it's very good at doing that goal. Just shuffling that away anyways. I'm gonna grab Blood Crypt here. How do I feel about Magic Arena? I think Magic Arena looks like a really sweet way to play Magic the Gathering, where Wizards of the Coast has taken every little detailed outside of how you actually play Magic the Gathering and kind of mucked it up. I think the economy sounds miserable. I think the lack of formats that I'm interested in playing is a real letdown. Can you really not challenge specific people still? That's so funny. They have a bolt or a helix here. They probably want to bolt their helix now. Spire Bluff Canal into Seacrum Coast is interesting. That's some kind of like Jeskai aggro deck, perhaps. Yeah, it smells like Jeskai aggro. Some kind of brew. Magic Online definitely makes Wizards of the Coast piles of money. Hoping to loot into some Bloodghast here to get them into play. Technically, bidding another looting is value, I guess. The Jeskai Delver that 5-0'd this week. Oh yeah, I watched what's his name. Brad Carpenter was playing that on his stream the other day. Why would Illness in the Ranks be a good sideboard card right now? Like, what are Magic cards that people are actually playing that card is good against? Sure, Magic Online looks fine. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look pretty either. Like I said, it's like Microsoft Excel. It's a tool. It's not a video game. Arena does a good job of being a Magic video game. That's where Arena excels. Huh. Guess I'm gonna do this, and then if she resolves, I'll bolt them plus Liliana. Leonin Arbiter is single-handedly the reason I have a low opinion on Death and Taxes. Modern is a format that is about card quality, where if you're going to run a card that's a very weak Magic card, the payoff for it being individually weak has to be huge. And Leonin Arbiter's payoff being you get to turn Ghost Quarter into Strip Mine is not high enough. The downside is sometimes you're literally casting Grizzly Bear in Modern, and the upside is sometimes you get to build your own Strip Mine. So I think that's just like nowhere near good enough. I don't think I want... I guess the Dreadbore's pretty bad. No, I could see there being... I missequenced here. I think maybe I should wait for this looting till next turn. I could go either way, really. It's also possible they have a Snapcaster Mage. They're going to, like, snap. Okay, so I've got bad news bears for you if you think you're going to play Leonin Arbiter in your Abzan deck. About how good your mana is going to be in that deck. Your plan is to leverage Leonin Arbiter with Assassin's Trophy. Guess what you need to make that mana base work? Fetch lands. Guess which cards Leonin Arbiter is terrible and says you can't play? Fetch lands. Symmetry, baby. Symmetry. My Wooded Bastion. Taylor's doing her best, chat, but she's not cut out for picking a game up and carrying it on her back all by herself. Remand, what a tilt. I don't think Death and Taxes has ever been good. Ever. I think it's always been a collection of underpowered kind of synergistic cards that are embarrassing when your synergies don't come together. God bless Scred winning that Grand Prix. Scred winning that Grand Prix is like the red neon sign in the corner that when someone new walks in, we're like, read the sign. It says everything you need to know about this place. That's true. Death and Tax is a really good modern deck. It just happens to be named humans. I love that. No, I'm talking explicitly about Modern. Legacy is its own unique dumpster fire for a variety of reasons that I'm not going to get into on stream. Legacy is its own special hell. Humans is like if Merfolk and Death and Taxes looked at each other and were like, you know what? We should team up to become a playable Modern deck. Look at that. You thought you could end Taylor? Taylor never dies! She shall live on. Worth noting that if Taylor was Earthshaker Kenra here, we would be much better off. The Merfolk reference was like shooting fish in a barrel. Too close to home! Too close to home! Kinda is it. We would have been attacking for more damage that entire time. They'd be lower, and 6 land would be a good draw. Poppy! Alright. Cast Rampant Growth. Rampant Growth resolves. They're like, just like sitting here not casting cards, right? So like their hand just like has to be a bunch of Path to Exiles. A snake, a snake. Oh, it's a snake. Much better do you think Humans is compared to the other tier decks? Single digits. Less than 5. At least we can take a little info with us on the way out the door. That's a Boros charm. Yep, that's a good one to know about. GGWP. GGWP. Had Swiftspears been Kenra's, we likely would have won that game. We would have like brought one back last turn and brought one back this turn and killed them potentially. Forced to block at least. Alright, so I think this is just like an all Doomblades on deck matchup. Just want like as many things as possible to kill their stuff. Probably don't want Thoughtseizes because they're basically a burn deck. The opponent's deck looks like it has a very similar game plan to the blue-red tempo deck. Just like has some controlling elements, but then also has ways to like run people down when running people down is what you want to be doing. Yeah, it has Path to Exile as a more controlling card. I'm gonna cut here. Chandra's probably too slow. I like that Chandra's a Doomblade. My Trim Rabble boy, he just dies to everything. Yeah, this is the last match. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down because I'm an old man. Thanks everyone for joining us today. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time with some more Modern action. I think we're gonna be starting off with some Hardened Scales in the morning. We had someone donate to push that deck almost all the way up. So they're obviously not a controlled, dedicated controlled deck with their aggressive threats, but their deck can assume a controlling role like they did in that game. Can you explain why you think they're just a worse version of Blue-Red Tempo Pikes? Can we be constructive and specific? I'm consistent, Frenzied Mage. I'm consistent. Maybe TY Dylan Bane? I'm not sure. I am not a fan of Geist of St. Traft in Modern. Modern is a very creature-based format that has lots of creatures attacking and blocking, which makes Geist of St. Traft often just a Boros Charm with Suspend 1, whereas an evasive threat like Mantis Rider can attack again and again and again, generally getting in more points of damage ultimately. Man, I am sore. I was thinking about going to the gym tonight. The doctor is like, after you get the tetanus shot, you're probably going to feel sore for the rest of the day. He was not lying. Did I not bring in the other Lily? I might have forgot to bring in the other Lily. Is she good enough? She kills Unflipped Delver. I don't know that she kills enough out of their deck. She's dead, Jim. But she's just gonna shake it off. And get back in there. You do you, Taylor. We believe in you. So, we need ways to actually end the game. Rabblemaster can kill them. Did you see how much damage Taylor did last game just attacking for 1 over and over again? If Goblin Rabblemaster can even make a single token before it dies to a removal spell, it's very good. It's Taylor Swiftspear. Taylor Swiftspear, chat. I like Liliana the Veil in a matchup like this. This is a protect the queen matchup. So just like every card that is a removal spell is just like very reasonable. And like they don't have a bunch of tokens and stuff, JK. So just like a generic edict effect seems fine. All right, what you got? Spell Pierce and nothing. All right, deal. All right, the fact that they're on Dr. Peasy too makes me want the Last Hope in my deck. Probably going to be an inclusion next game. Interesting that they left in Spell Pierce. That's a card I would typically prefer to board out in a matchup like this. So you can have more live top decks. Like, in a position like this where they just, like, want another way to kill my stuff. Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't have to play Spell Pierce just because you're playing Jeskai. I agree that Spell Pierce leaves a lot to be desired in this format, generally speaking, in my experience. Like, it has very diminishing returns pretty quickly. What does Ash Zealot do? Have other text on it? Yeah, if you go to the Blue-Red Tempo page on my website, there is a link to my article for it on Cool Stuff Inc. all of the decks that are on my website that have primers written for them are linked on the deck page. Kind of the significant pressure in this format. You don't usually have time to play significant pressure while still holding up Spell Pierce. And by the time you can play pressure while still holding Spell Pierce up, the Spell Pierce is no longer a counter spell. Is what makes it awkward. Am I about to get like Spell Pierce, Snap, Spell Pierced here? Sure, those are different decks, Def Fangirl. We're kind of talking explicitly, like context is everything, and like the current context in which we're discussing this card is the deck that we're playing against. I have yet to hear anybody give me a compelling reason for why you would want to play Sultai instead of straight green black rock in Modern. Do I play RPGs? What's the last RPG I played? I played some Skyrim. And thanks for the 7-month resub there, Ranting Bob. I know you've been longer than that. I've dropped off for a month somewhere in the middle. Skyrim was the last RPG I really got into. Most of my time is dominated by card games these days. Why? What are you gaining? Why are you... So you're playing blue-black control, splashing trophy at that point? Like, why is blue-black control good? What is blue-black control doing that's appealing? I want more Knife Cat. And again, this is like worth noting that if the Swiftspears had been Earthshaker Kenras, this flooding would feel less bad. And like these are the things you want to kind of keep track of when you're testing cards for a potential slot. So Earthshaker Kenra was the card we played in that extra slot last time. And we did unearth her a few times, embalm, whatever that is called. Whatever you kids are calling bringing things back from the discard pile these days. Like, they'd probably be very dead to Kenra. I mean, are guild mages ever pushed? Like, historically speaking, guild mages are, like, never even standard playable. Staticaster's not a guild mage, that's Staticaster. Even Rabble is likely not very good. Like, they're holding a bunch of cards here, which, like, means they have Path to Exiles and other removal. Oh. She's dead, Jim. And again, like, imagine if this had been a third Earthshaker Kenra. Not to sound too much like a broken record. They've been kind of unfortunate games on our parts. We've both drawn a lot of lands, had no Faithless Looting, and had no Mutavaults. Bye, friend. Even just, like, attacking for 2 all of these times instead of just, like, poking in for 1 would have been a big deal. I mean, like, they're not playing threats. I assume their hand is, like, all Doomblades. I mean, our deck has a ton... Like, go back and watch the first match against Tron, for instance. Our deck has a ton of non-creature spells in it that trigger prowess. And she's reasonably mana efficient. She's just, like, obviously much worse in these games that go long. In the short, brutal games of Modern where you need to be mana efficient, she's very reasonable. I'm holding these lands in the hope that we eventually draw Faithless Looting in the top half of our deck. At least that's a land that attacks. At least that's a land that attacks. No, I want an aggressive card, Doof Monster. Cryptbreaker is not an aggressive card. It's a utility card. Looting! Please! Please, looting! Yeah, we played Kenra last league. I've definitely missed her at more than one point this league. I'd probably go back to that point. Have some clips. I'm gonna Dreadbore this so I can save the Fatal Push's instant speed. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Hey, Bear Senior, thanks for the support. I appreciate that. Puts us over the 2/3 mark. Nah, I think I just play 4 Kenras. I'm gonna put 4 Kenras on the list on the site after we're done today. This is a truly stimulating game of Magic the Gathering. God bless you, recurring threat. Cast Rampant Growth. Oh gosh, they're still... I was like, why can't I attack? Because they're still at 19 on turn 17. Why do you have so many hit points, opponent? Why do you have so many hit points? Oh no! Oh no! This is the turn we draw Faithless Looting, right? This is the one. This is the turn where Faithless Looting comes off the top. I mean, the Rest in Peace hasn't done anything yet. Yeah, the looting's fine. It's just, like, less good than it could be. I'm a Magic player. I don't want my looting to be good. I want it to be great, chat. I want it to be earth-shattering. They have a Bolt tier too. They do. You should pop into the subs Discord, Hatterho. A lot of good comments on there as always. Lots of people that have played the deck too, so then more than just me can give input. I mean, this game's not over yet. We're like a Faithless Looting into some action from being in this game. Hazoret wins this race pretty handily. I just clicked and put that land into play because Moto lagged. Oh, that's frustrating. That could lose us this game. The people suggesting Pyromancer and Bedlam Reveler, it's great that you want to play Mardu Pyromancer. That's cool. That deck is really good, and it's very reasonable. This deck has the goal of being aggressive, and Mardu Pyromancer really isn't Pyromancer isn't really an aggressive card. It's a great card, it's a grindy value card, but that's not really what we're looking for. And now I'll draw looting. Nope, just yeah, I agree, Pikes. I think his threat is ideal. Beaumont Courier's not particularly good in Modern in my experience. I should just make a this is why Beaumont sucks command and this is why Geist of St. Traff sucks command. At least this will bait the Path to Exile out of their hand if they have one, and that makes Hazoret a better draw. What was that? Put target creature on top of its owner's library. Yep. How charming. That's Modern, Pikes. Our deck would be classified as a pile by most people playing most reasonable decks in Modern. That's the appeal of this format. There's so many different things, and all of them are honestly pretty reasonable. And that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes there's no Hazoret or Faithless Looting in the top half of your deck. That's just how it goes. That was a tough beat. I think we would have definitely won that last game had Swiftspear been Earthshaker Kenra. And I'm not sure that I really gained enough from Swiftspear in other places that she was worth the difference. Yeah, I think I'd probably go back to Earthshaker in the main deck of this. That was our worst run with that deck. So that league being 2-3, and then we had a 4-1 and a 5-0. That puts us at 7-3, 11-4, which is still like pretty respectable, right? Like we're over 2/3, about 70%, and 70% is about reasonable. When you're like 9-1 and have won 90% of your matches with your deck, like that's unrealistic. That number's gonna work itself out at some point. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. I'm feeling a little bit beat. I'll be back tomorrow morning. We're going to be doing a long stream tomorrow, and hopefully catch all of y'all around there. Everybody have a good one, and see you soon, hopefully.